Hello. Hey there. Hey, hello. You may be watching this video because you just received your top 5 CliftonStrengths report. Hell yeah. This is a crucial part of your community orientation to the Emergency Department Nursing Committee. And by the way, congratulations. Congratulations! So now, where do you go from here? You have the guide, but now what? Well, hopefully I can guide you to reaching your highest potential with the use of this wonderful assessment tool and empower you to make a difference wherever you may apply your strengths, whether that's in your own personal life, to your friends, your family, and most importantly, here at work with your colleagues and your patients. In this video, I will be sharing with you what StrengthsFinder is, what are talents, what are strengths, how to access your CliftonStrengths report, and finally, last but not least, number 4, why it's great to know your strengths. My name is Carly Avenis, and this is StrengthsFinders in the ED, the place to be.
Carly, she a motherfucking nurse, yeah. Just tell her where her stop. She a motherfucking nurse, yeah, yeah. Carly, she a motherfucking nurse.
Let me give you a little history lesson behind this assessment. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. That's your drum roll.
When a tempo isn't specified, any reasonable person would default to lento.
Anyways, no, we did not just pick a random test for you to do. And this is not a horoscope, MBTI, it's not a personality test, it's not that mumbo jumbo stuff. It's for realsies. So let's get into the lore. Let me talk to you about Don Clifton, this renowned American psychologist, researcher, educator, and author, who is basically the granddaddy, the grandpappy of StrengthsFinder. CliftonStrengths. He had a desire to study human potential, human development, and he found actually through all of his research that most of human psychology approached traditionally how to fix human misery, human lives, and offer interventions to fix people's weaknesses. So, like the true scholar he was, he arrived at this important question. What would happen if we studied what was right with people versus what's wrong with people? He spent a lot of years, insane amount of research, and helping to invent ways to help others to understand not only who they are, but who they can become. Boom, positive psychology. So why did we, your unit leaders here in the emergency department, gift you with this amazing assessment? Now this is the Carly lore. Because I share the same mission as Grandpappy Clifton, and specifically for our department, for our lovely ED, I'd like to continue Michael Gutierrez's vision, which is this: for simply everyone to be their very best.
My message for all of you is you owe it to yourself to be great. So be great. Whatever that means to you, just be great. Look for people that care about you, that will support you, and want the best for you. And that's what I want.
Now, let's turn our focus to the assessment and your results. After sitting through the 177 question and answer assessment, CliftonStrengths reveals to you your top 5. And how did the test do this? Well, when Clifton studied human behavior eons and eons ago, he noted hundreds of positive characteristics and saw that many of those characteristics had commonalities. With those common traits, he distilled them down into these 34 talent themes. Now, the CliftonStrengths assessment tool measures the presence of those talents and identifies your themes in rank based on your answers. But you might be asking the most important question. What are talents? Gallup and CliftonStrengths define talent as a naturally recurring pattern of thought, feeling, or behavior that can be productively applied. There are these innate natural abilities that you can productively apply in all parts of your life. Researchers believe that these traits, these raw-like materials, are the products of normal, healthy development and successful experiences over the course of your life. Here's the most difficult part. How do you turn those talents into strengths? Well, the answer is actually really simple. You must invest in them. Practice using them and add knowledge and skills to them. Now, the next question you might arrive to is this. What are strengths? Gallup defines this definition for strengths to be what you do well consistently, plus what energizes you while you do it. For those of you that are just complete math nerds, let me give you this equation. Talent multiplied by investment equals your strengths. Talent is a natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. And multiply that talent with investment, which is the time you spent practicing, developing those skills, and building your knowledge base. It all results to you developing your strength. Strength here is defined as the ability to consistently provide near perfect performance in a specific task. Now pay attention to the fact that it says near perfect. We're not aiming for perfection here. Nobody is perfect. But like what Don Clifton's mission is, if you spend the time and investment and positivity into that talent of yours, whatever that may be, it will eventually become your true strength. Nobody gets great overnight. It takes time, patience, and deliberate practice. It's that intention into recognizing your talents and putting in the time and effort to hone in those talents so that they can become strengths.
And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day.
Remember, nobody got good overnight in just putting in a few IVs. It takes time. It takes a lot of mistakes, and it takes the courage to keep at it again. When it comes to our talents and developing them to strengths, we need to apply the same mindset. So why is it great to know your strengths? Well, why not? This is your talent DNA, and knowing your top 5 strengths are just incredibly powerful, in my opinion. These talents, these strengths that you have are what you use in an hourly, daily, weekly basis. So your top 5 is uniquely yours. And plus, your greatest chance to succeed at work, here in your committee, and on the floor, and anywhere else, lies in straining what you naturally do best, your talents, and doing more of it. Focusing on your strengths, studying this report, and applying your strengths where you will most shine will result in more confidence and increased chances in achieving all of your goals. Hear this advice from the Don Clifton. He said, "Your weaknesses will never develop, but your strengths will develop infinitely." You see, it's important to know our weaknesses, But to make headway and be successful in life, nurturing and developing our strengths is where our true success lies. Here in our Emergency Department Nursing Committee, you represent our unit. You are emerging leaders who have taken the immense responsibility to lead the rest of our lovely staff. You are both leaders at the bedside and in the boardroom. This assessment, CliftonStrengths, is a helpful guide to help you in your leadership journey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope your CliftonStrengths empowers you to tap into your strengths and be your best self. Because just like what Mike said, you owe it to yourself to be great. So, be great. Thank you guys for watching. I will see ya when I see ya. Baboosh.
Sweeties, are they booing me?
No, they're saying Boo Earns. Boo Earns.
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
All right. Okay. We're not done yet. I forgot point number 3. You can call me out over here. Geez, I've only been doing this for 2 days. I'll give the people what they want. Let's do point number 3, accessing your top 5 report. Roll the clip. All right, so here we go. We're going to go to Google or your server of choice, web browser of choice. We're going to type in www.cliftonstrengths.com. You can tell I visit this site so often. We're going to go ahead and sign in. Make sure to sign in with your personal email so that you can get access to all of this content at your own comfort of your home. We're going to go ahead and sign in. And you could arrive to this screen. It may be a little bit different when you view it on your own time. What you see here is my full 34 genetic makeup of my strengths because I bought the full premium version. But what you have readily available to you from this committee would be the first 5, this one right here. And that is your top 5 strengths, and which we are going to be focusing today. All right, so here we are at CliftonStrengths through the Gallup Access portal. I'm just going to go through a few basics here. At the left-hand corner here where my cursor is, you should see your name and your top 5 strengths. This DNA-looking diagram here with the few different colors, orange, purple, blue, green, this is the genetic makeup of your strengths based on the CliftonStrengths that you just finished. On the left hand here under menu, you have access to a lot more things. You'll see CliftonStrengths, which is this current screen. You'll see resources, which we are going to go ahead and click. And this is all available through your subscription through CliftonStrengths. And here, if you have any questions about any topics related to your strengths, this would be the place to go. Let's go back to CliftonStrengths, which is going to be the majority of this video. You should see here on the right corner the different reports that are available to you. But on your portal, you should see the CliftonStrengths for Students Report, or for Leadership Report is another term. But this is the one that I want to highlight and focus on. It's the CliftonStrengths Top 5 report. This is your CliftonStrengths Top 5, and this report available to you as a printout, as an online PDF, and also if you download the Gallup Access app for CliftonStrengths, these are also available in a more efficiently creative mobile platform. So make sure to check that last portion out. So this document here on the screen, you'll see your top 5 CliftonStrengths. Here they are ranked from 1 to 5. And we talked about how these strengths are color-coded because they fall within the categories of one of the 4 major themes of strengths, and they are, once again, executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. So looking at my top 5, you can kind of see how I have a lot in the orange column, or in the orange category here under influencing. So I guess you could say that my top 5 makes me an influencer. CliftonStrengths give you a snapshot of how your individual strengths kind of combine together, make you you. It's not just telling you what your strength is. They actually included this part where they show you how they interact and how you can use them to be successful. So let's scroll down here. For instance, for me, my number 1 dominant strength is communication. And in this document, you can see how in the first little blurb here, it gives you the descriptor of what the communication strengths is. So it gives you that brief paragraph, and then it moves on to the next portion here on why your individual strength, why your strength is unique to you. Gives me a little bit of a breakdown on how I uniquely manifest this strength through these specific talents. And so you see these little orange blurbs here. This is another great addition that CliftonStrengths did, is that it kind of shows how your communication tied with your number 2 strength, which for me is arranger, collaborating together, how they make you you. So I'm just going to read the blurb here. Communication plus arranger. Strong relationships are key to a team's collaboration, so you encourage frequent and meaningful interactions. I like to agree to that. I like to agree that that is my MO and one of the things that I do well at in a team setting. Let's see, let's add communication plus my 3rd strength, which is includer. And this continues to do it so on. Communication plus woo, communication plus activator. The unique blend of these 2 strengths coupled together is just so amazing to see. Oh, and this is super cool too. It gives you a little bit of that extra oomph. It's cool that they give you a definition, and it's cool that they describe to you what your talents are and how they are honed into these strengths. But it kind of gives you a little bit of that advice on how to apply it and how to manifest it so that you can work towards your goal. So going back to my example for myself here and my StrengthsFinder, it says apply your communication to succeed, and here are 2 bullet points on how to help me be successful in using my strengths in communication. Alright, you might be wondering, what if I have the same strengths as my boss, the same strength as my coworker, the same strength as my significant other? Well, sure, yes, you can have the same strengths, but how they manifest, how they came about, how you develop them, it's all related to your talents, and they're going to present itself a little different. So it's really important to pay attention to how you are manifesting, how you're using your strengths, and how it's different from the person next to you. Let's pay attention to the 2 documents in your screen here. The one on the left is a colleague of mine who took the StrengthsFinder as well. The one on the right is mine. As you could see, hers on the left, communication is a strength that she and I share, but hers ranks 2nd in her top 5, and mine is 1st in my top 5. But I want to pay attention to this next section. It's what I was talking to you guys about earlier, about the little blurbs about how your communication, how your individualization, how your significance strengths theme is different. So look on the left, my colleagues' talents and how they use the strength of communication is completely different than when I use it and how I apply it in my daily life. This is yet another reminder as to why we could have the same strengths, we could have the same strength themes, but use them differently. And it's so cool to see how even if my colleague and I have this strength communication, and we also have the same strength brew as well, it's ranked differently in the top 5, and it actually makes a lot of sense. It's unique. This is why your StrengthsFinder report is unique to you and is worth going deeper into and really understanding how your talents, coupled with investment, multiplied by investment over time, results in your unique strength theme. So this continues throughout the rest of the document. You'll see that my next strength here is arranger. It falls under the category of executing, and it's color-coded purple. Once again, it gives you the little definition, that brief paragraph describing what the strength of an arranger is. It gives you why your arranger is unique. It gives you why this strength is unique to you based on some of the talents that you already exhibit. Then here we go again, one of my favorite parts, one of the coolest parts of this PDF. It shows you how the strength coupled with another strength combined together make you and help you become successful. And once again here, at the end of the document, you'll see how to apply your arranger to succeed. Or let me read one more thing here. It says, I like this about me, includer plus arranger. To get a really big project done well, you must get everyone involved doing what they do best and what they enjoy most. Let's read one more. Let's scroll up here. Arranger plus activator, okay? It says, your sense of urgency gets people moving, and your flexible coordination enables them to keep moving and stay productive. Sounds like a charge nurse to me.
Several bad puns later.
It is incredibly useful for you to get a sense of understanding how you can access and tap into your top 5 strengths on a daily basis. And it's even more powerful when you gain an understanding of how each of those 5 work together in tandem. Every day at work, at your personal lives, in your own personal relationships, or in your relationships here at work and with your patients, I guarantee you that you are using your talents, and those talents are coming out as strengths, and they actually make you successful. Whether it's successful in bargaining with your patient on how to give you pee before a turkey sandwich, or in terms of conflict resolution with a fellow colleague or coworker, or de-escalation with a patient that you have that might be rowdy, I guarantee you that you are using your top 5 dominant strengths in some way, shape, or form. And this little part of the document, how like your one strength blends with your other top 5 strengths, these blend explanations are so powerful to have and to understand, because it's just, for me, is the key to understanding my strengths and how they work in tandem, and how it makes my job easier, and it makes my interactions with others more seamless and more efficient and more personable. It's a way for me to really tap into my strengths and connect it to my sense of self, my essence, my Carly sense. I'm gonna trademark that. Alright, y'all, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys gained a little something about StrengthsFinder, and I hope that you go out there and take the assessment. I'm gonna have some helpful links in the description below of all the resources and little tidbits that I mentioned here relating to Don Clifton's StrengthsFinder, so make sure to check them out. Thank you guys once more for watching. I'll see you when I see ya. Baboosh!